What's up, sports fans, and welcome back to the Rodgers Report. We've got a packed show for you today, kicking off with some serious quarterback drama shaking up the league. Are the New York Giants sticking with Russell Wilson under center, even after a rough Week 1 performance? We're breaking down the decision and what it means for the team's immediate future and the potential rise of rookie Jaxson Dart. Then, we're grading all the quarterbacks making their debuts with new teams. We've got Daniel Jones lighting it up for the Colts, Justin Fields showing flashes with the Jets, and Aaron Rodgers making his mark with the Steelers. But not everyone had a stellar start, and we'll tell you who stumbled out of the gate. We're also diving into the fantasy football fallout, highlighting the offenses that are struggling to produce. Find out which teams and players are surprisingly in the bottom 5, and what it could mean for your fantasy matchups. We're talking Stroud, Bryce Young, and yes, even Russell Wilson are contributing to fantasy woes. And finally, we confirm the New York Giants' decision on their starting quarterback for Week 2 against the Dallas Cowboys. Was it Russell Wilson, or will we see Jaxson Dart? Get all the details right here. You know what to do. Like this video, subscribe to the Rodgers Report, and ring that notification bell. Giants QB decision: Russell Wilson or Jaxson Dart? The New York Giants are facing a critical decision at quarterback as they head into Week 2, and the spotlight is firmly on veteran Russell Wilson. Despite a disappointing Week 1 performance where he threw for just 168 yards and a dismal 59.3 passer rating in a 21-6 loss to the Commanders, head coach Brian Daboll has announced Wilson will remain the starter. This decision comes despite calls for rookie Jaxson Dart, who showed promise in the preseason and could offer a spark to an offense that desperately needs hope, having gone 3-15 over the past 2 seasons. Fans and analysts are questioning the move, especially with a potentially favorable matchup against a Dallas Cowboys defense adjusting to life without Micah Parsons. While Dart faces a learning curve, many believe playing the quarterback of the future is the better long-term strategy for a team in search of a winning identity. The Giants' offense has been limited, and Wilson, at 36, appears to be in a career decline, making this a pivotal moment for the franchise. Will this gamble pay off, or are the Giants missing a golden opportunity for a fresh start? Stick around as we grade all the new QB faces in the league. NFL Week 1 QB debuts: who shines, who stumbles? Week 1 of the NFL season always brings a fresh wave of excitement, especially with new quarterbacks taking the field for their new teams. This year, 7 teams feature a new face under center, and we're grading their very first performances. Daniel Jones had a stellar debut for the Colts, with his team scoring on every drive he led, earning a grade. Justin Fields impressed for the Jets, leading the league in EPA per dropback and earning an A, while Aaron Rodgers' stat sheet looked good for the Steelers. But a closer look reveals some underlying concerns, netting him a B+. Other notable debuts include Geno Smith for the Seahawks and Cameron Ward for the Titans. Smith showcased impressive accuracy, earning a B+, despite an ill-advised interception. Darnold struggled with pressure for the Seahawks, receiving a C, and Ward's performance was marred by missed opportunities and costly sacks, also resulting in a C. Russell Wilson's debut for the Giants was particularly rough, earning a D and sparking early calls for rookie Jaxson Dart. These quarterback performances are already shaking up fantasy leagues. We're breaking down the offenses that are struggling the most in Week 1. Fantasy football's Week 1 flops, bottom 5 offenses revealed. As fantasy managers sift through the wreckage of Week 1, some offenses have emerged as major disappointments. The Houston Texans, despite Stroud under center, managed only 9 points, with Nico Collins suffering from the team's offensive struggles. The Carolina Panthers, hampered by a lightning delay and a 2-interception performance from Bryce Young, saw limited fantasy production outside of Chuba Hubbard and rookie Tetairoa McMillan. Meanwhile, the Miami Dolphins' offense sputtered, with Tua Tagovailoa throwing 2 interceptions and limiting the fantasy impact of Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. 2 teams stand out for their particularly dismal Week 1 outings: the New York Giants and the Tennessee Titans. For the Giants, Russell Wilson's poor performance led to a weak offensive showing, with Malik Nabers and Wan'Dale Robinson salvaging fantasy days, but raising questions about the potential for Jaxson Dart. The Titans posted a league-worst 133 total yards, with rookie Cam Ward struggling to move the ball, leaving Tony Pollard and Calvin Ridley as the only bright spots for fantasy managers. These offensive struggles are leading to tough decisions for coaches on Sunday. We're confirming the Giants' Week 2 starting quarterback. Giants stick with Wilson for Week 2 versus Cowboys. Despite a lackluster Week 1 performance, the New York Giants have announced that Russell Wilson will remain their starting quarterback for their upcoming Week 2 matchup against the Dallas Cowboys. Head coach Brian Daboll confirmed the decision Monday, opting to keep the veteran under center following a 21-6 loss to the Washington Commanders, where Wilson completed just 45.9% of his passes for 168 yards. The team failed to score a touchdown for the third consecutive year in Week 1. This decision keeps rookie first-round pick Jaxson Dart, who dressed as the backup in Week 1, waiting for his NFL debut. Daboll had initially left the door open to a potential change after the Week 1 game, but ultimately decided to stick with Wilson, who he believes will improve collectively with the team. The Giants face a tough divisional road game against the Cowboys on Sunday. That's all the NFL headlines for today, but we're not done yet. We've got a lightning round recap of all the top stories coming up right after this. All right, we've covered a lot of ground today on the Rodgers Report. Russell Wilson is staying put as the Giants starter. Daniel Jones and Justin Fields had incredible Week 1 debuts. Some offenses are already looking like fantasy football nightmares, and we've got the full rundown on all the QB changes. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, ring that notification bell so you never miss an update, drop a comment below telling us your biggest takeaways from Week 1, and hit us up on all our social media channels. We'll see you next time.